And Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka says that henceforth, any state where children are kidnapped should shut down in protest against the act. Soyinka also advised that other neighboring states should join the affected states to shut down as a matter of solidarity. Soyinka added that such abductions are unacceptable and drastic measures must be taken in unison.
Okay, I think we're supposed to be joining AWAL IBAHIM in Zamfara, that is Gusau, the capital of Zamfara state, for an up-to-date assessment of the rescue operation, or do we say negotiations ongoing. Hello, AWAL, nice being with you, and welcome to Newsnight. You want to quickly tell us what is the state of negotiations and the release of the students of the girls' secondary school in Jangabe?
Well, the situation is still that of hopes and waiting. The parents are still waiting for the news that their children have been released, but yet they have not been released. As from 12 noon today, there was that rumor that they have been released and taken to the palace of the Emir of Ankara. But when we get to Ankara, there was nothing like that. And later, late evening, there was a similar rumor as well. So up to now, there is no an authentic information about the release of these girls, either from the government source or any other place. Again, the parents are still waiting. And the state government says it's still doing what it can to see that these students are being released.
Today we had a conversation with the Commissioner of Information there, and he did talk about the fact that negotiations were ongoing to secure the release of the girls. And you are there now in Gusau. Can you give us an up-to-date analysis as to where they are in terms of the government and the abductors, where they are now in terms of securing the release of the girls? Do we know when they will be back home with their families?
Well, there is no specification of time, talk less of day. We are still waiting. All the government is saying they are making all they can to see that the students are being released as soon as possible. But no official will tell you that this is the exact time or day that this student will be released. It's just the issue of waiting, and that's what we are all doing now in Gusau.
The wait seems really long, and it must have been very distressful for the parents when initially that rumor went to town that they had been released. But tell us, we hear that the repentant bandits are in the forefront for the negotiation for their release.
Well, actually, that I can't confirm officially. But we know that has always been the case. The repentant bandits are the ones that will be at the side of the government to lead the negotiation. Then we've seen previous examples and previous, kidnapping like this. But, names have not been called up to now. But we hope Zamfara has been negotiating with many of these bandits. Ironically, even on that very night when these girls were being kidnapped, I think the governor of Zamfara state received some repentant bandits in the government house.
That Zamfara State Governor Matawale there is not ruling out military intervention in terms of securing the release of these girls. What can you tell us really in terms of the role that the security agents are playing, to secure their release, and also security generally in Gusau, the capital of the state, as it stands right now?
Well, I think the people are complaining that it's only in the media that security has been improved. But in the practical aspect of it, that is the complaint. They say the government needs to do more. Most of the people we have chat with today in Jengebe community, that's what they say. They are appealing to the federal government to step into this issue. Farmers have to pay before they even till their land. Still, there are places that they cannot go. So the security situation is still tense. There are places that one cannot think of, going to within Zamfara state. This is what the people in Zamfara state are saying.
Wow, that's quite frightening there. A huge sense of despondency there from the people and the rest. But Awal Ibrahim would trust that your ears and eyes will be to the ground to still keep hope alive about the release of the GGSS students from Jangebe in Zamfara State. Awal Ibrahim, thanks very much.
And
Awal Ibrahim is a Rise News correspondent in Guzau, the Zamfara State capital. Amaka?
Well, it's quite sad because I was hoping that, that news, when it filtered in, that it was true, that 24 hours after the girls had been released, but unfortunately it's not true, at least according to our correspondent.